Hey everyone, this is Nick and I'd like to welcome you to a quick demo showing just how easy it is to create and use an operational database within Cloudera's hybrid data platform. Throughout this demo, we're going to be working in CDP Public Cloud, a hybrid data platform which gives us access to various different data services. To go ahead and get started, we're going to go from the CDP homepage into the operational database service. From here, creating our database is exceedingly simple. We just provide a working environment, which will be responsible for security and governance, and give it a name for our new operational database. Once it's spooled up, the only thing we'll need to connect to our new database is going to be the Phoenix URL that's provided for us here. Now let's go into the other data service that we'll be using to interact with our code and launch our web application, Cloudera Machine Learning. The first thing you'll notice is that we've created a new project. This gives us the ability to control specific project level permissions and environment variables. Going into the project, we're greeted with a summary automatically generated from a README markdown file. You'll see that we've uploaded a few files that we'll need to make our simple application work. Since our focus today is on the interaction with our operational database, we've created our backend code in Python using the Flask framework and we'll present it through just a basic HTML page. To see just how easy it is to interact with our operational database, we've made a few basic functions and API calls that we'll take a look at now. This application is going to reflect an example inventory tracking system for a fictional car manufacturer. The main function is to give a status of current inventory and accept requests for parts being received and shipped out. If we look at the getParts function, you can see how all we have to do is write some simple SQL against our operational database, thanks to using the Apache Phoenix library. This means you don't need to be an expert in using HBase, which is the magic behind our operational database. You can write SQL type queries against it just like you would with more traditional databases. In order to write these queries though, we'll want to take a look at how we actually connect to our database. For this, we'll take a look into the connect to database function. You'll see that all we need to do is set up a config file with our CDP credentials and provide the URL that we got from the automated operational database setup. That's really all we need to do to go ahead and start interacting with our database. Before we can test it, we'll just need to create a table and load some sample data into it. We've set up a basic script that both tests the database connectivity and loads it with some sample data, so we'll go into the workbench and quickly run it. Great! Now that we've got some data in there and we know that it works, we'll host our basic web application. Fortunately, this is extremely easy to do within Cloudera Machine Learning. We'll go ahead and create a new application and point it to our Python file that contains all of our Flask API calls. This will simply take an HTML template and hook up the Flask backend with Phoenix. With the application up and running, you can see that it populates with the data that we loaded earlier. And if we request a certain part, you'll see it check if we have the inventory and immediately update their values. While this is a basic example to get you started, the Cloudera Operational Database can scale tremendously, so this is barely scratching the surface of what's possible. Thanks for watching today. If you found this interesting, don't forget to subscribe to see future videos. We'll also leave a link to a tutorial below if you'd like to try this for yourself. If you have any questions, head on over to the Cloudera Community, where there are plenty of other users ready to help answer any questions you may have.